This is the Stubborn German Podcast. I'm Kevin Ostie, coming to you from the always festive Stubborn German Brewing Company, tucked right in the town square of delightful little Waterloo, Illinois. Joined by the proprietor of the Stubborn German Brewing Company, Mr. Chris Ron.
What is up, Kevin?
It's all up, everything.
Everything.
And our esteemed producer, Mr. Jared Chasson.
Good evening. How are you?
Hey, Jared.
It is a good evening.
Hola.
Hola.
And as you gathered already, we are recording this on an evening.
Yeah.
It is.
It's it doesn't take much these days to be evening. It's dark out at like 4 o'clock.
That's right.
That's a great observation.
All of a sudden, it's evening.
Doesn't take much to be evening. That's outstanding.
Hate how that works.
You know what does take much, though, is to try to win
Yeah.
this little competition we call the German word of the day. Are we doing that?
Oh, yeah, we're doing it. You know it. Okay. The German word of the day is Vergasser.
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 Vergasser. I used to know what that was, but I Vergasser.
Right.
You
I
Vergassered it?
We don't have a guest to throw to
No.
tonight. So,
Whoever's...
let's see.
So it's all you.
Yeah, it's all me. I'll go first, Kevin. I'll let you ponder. Vergasser. Nothing is coming to mind. I didn't take German in high school, so
Right.
I'm going to say Vergasser means...
Oh.
Yeah, it means oh.
Holiday.
A painful
Holiday.
Oh, holiday.
It is the Vergasser spirit.
Nice. Okay.
All right. And Mr. Ostie.
Vergasser. Is there a pronunciation? Or just loud? Vergasser.
I think, angry.
Angry. Like
fist,
everything.
clenched fist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how they do it.
Vergasser means second best.
Second best.
Interesting.
Care to explain your guess?
Yeah, that's not the best. It's the next one over.
Understood.
It's the Vergasser.
The Vergasser. The second best.
Right.
Of course. Okay. Understood. The guesses have been tabulated, and stay tuned to the end of this episode. I forgot how to podcast. It's been so long.
Yeah. It's been a couple of minutes.
It sure has.
So
sorry,
last
everyone.
Last time we recorded this calamity, Chris had a great quote, and he said, "Okay, guys, let's schedule the next one. It's either going to be like next week, or I'm screwed to the holidays." And here we are at the holidays because it was a busy life for the Ron family towards the end of the summer.
It was, yeah. I don't even know what. It's not like we had a...
It was baseball. Did you have a good baseball season?
A lot of baseball. Yeah. Baseball was good.
Nice.
The school team did very well. My youngest played on the 8th grade team, and they went to state. And
Awesome.
yeah, I don't know. It was lots of fun happenings there.
We had a Stubbornfest thrown in there.
We had a Stubbornfest in there. Yeah, I think that
That's
was
not
kind
that
of
much
it. We
work,
just
though,
looked at the calendar. We're like, all right,
Yeah.
well, there's 6 weeks of baseball, and then all of a sudden, here's Stubbornfest, and here's this and that. And
Yep.
yeah.
I got to say, this was, in my opinion, the best Stubbornfest ever.
This was the best one.
And it was probably
All right.
the most
Great.
fun I had all year.
Wow.
I am
okay.
not kidding.
Well, that's awesome. That's great to hear.
It was fantastic.
I'm happy you had a good time.
Oh, so am I.
I saw you having a good time.
I did. So
you had a friend down from Chicago.
yeah, our buddy Paul Wieshuber. He's the when both of us are standing next to each other, I'm the Vergasser.
You're the second best.
He came down from Chicago for the weekend and drove his old Buick convertible down. So it was beautiful weather. It was perfect for that.
Yep. That's
And
awesome.
we had great drinks and we saw great friends and of course the Steve Ewing band.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Yes.
Oh
I know.
my gosh, were they good?
Yeah.
And of course the Bowls and Beer band was rocking and having a fun time.
Yeah. We had a really fun music lineup and I haven't got to play drums with Bowls and Beer band.
That's right. You got to play drum. I got to tap the keg.
You did get
All
to tap the
right.
keg. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Lots of important people here.
Well,
Now,
at least
I told other people this, and I told Chris this already. When I got here on Friday for Stubbornfest, Bowls and Beer Band was playing. I guess I've heard them. I must have heard them, but I couldn't recall actually having heard them. But I'm paying attention as we're setting our chair up in the lawn and we're getting all settled. And I just couldn't help, like, my head is rocking to this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, these guys are rocking really hard. Like, this isn't what I expected. And I just was, like, totally into it. So I'm talking to my wife, and I said, I'm going to go inside and get you and myself a drink. So I had to go past the the porch here at Stubborn, where the band was set up.
Yeah, the new arrangement.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm digging it. I'm literally like rocking my head. And I look over, and there's Chris wailing away on the drums, like thrashing. And he just has this huge grin, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and we're like, holy God. It was awesome.
Yep, that's how it went.
You
They
were killing
it. Yeah.
It was fun. I have a blast. That's the only song that I know how to play all the way through. I practiced it a lot so that I'll never forget it. And
You play it again next
good.
year.
I'll play it again next year. Same
Yeah.
song. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
was fun.
so my friend Paul is a drummer.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So when we were growing up, I think he first he started taking drum lessons in grade school,
Okay.
and then into high school, he kind of faded out a little bit. But I'm going to say in the past maybe three and a half years or so, he bought an electronic drum kit that was in his basement that he would just go downstairs and kind of beat on the digital skins for a while as a stress reliever.
Yeah.
And his neighbor found out, and his neighbor's like, "Hey, you can play drums." And Paul's like, "Well, yeah, kind of, whatever." And he said, "We got a band, and our drummer's like out. Can you come practice with us?" So ever since then, he's been doing gigs and bars in Chicago and weddings and all kinds of
No
stuff
way.
up there. Yeah, he's like legit in a band now. It's crazy.
No way. Just from
awesome.
screwing around on
Yeah,
his own. Yeah.
it's super cool. So when you got up there, he was like, "This guy's awesome." I mean, he was really impressed, and he told you that
A real drummer thought it was good.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool.
it was cool, and
That's awesome.
I think part of the fun of that whole experience was Paul being there. We grew up together. We've known each other since before kindergarten.
Really?
And his family's German, and so is mine. And my uncle's German band played all of his family's weddings.
Oh, nice.
And Paul's parents and I and my parents, we all used to go to Hans Bavarian Lodge, which was a giant Oktoberfest in a Chicago suburb with huge tent and the whole thing.
Nice.
So there was a lot of Oktoberfesting going on when I was a kid, and Paul was there through all of it. And he and I had not been to an event together like this in many, many years.
Yeah.
So, knew all the songs. And then, of course, when Steve Ewing was playing, he just dives into his bag of 80s and 90s tricks, playing Police. And I mean, it's just awesome stuff that we all loved. Couple that with great beer, perfect weather. And again, everywhere you turn is another friend that you know.
Sure.
And everybody just having such a great time. It was really, really tremendous.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great story and a great way to sum it up. And I don't know, Tammy and I have such a bad habit of when we think of Stubbornfest, we only think of all the work that goes into
For sure,
it.
yeah.
And it's just you almost dread it and
effort,
thinking of it. But man, while it's happening and when things are running smooth, it's a blast. I mean,
It was a blast.
yeah, it's almost like your wedding reception, like all those people, but 10 times as many people. And
In your case, I think it was.
I mean,
Pretty much was your wedding reception.
I mean, that's it kind of
Right?
the guest list was all there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's while it's going on, it is amazing. But yeah, the
You're,
setup and the cleanup sucks.
I get that.
But yeah, no, and I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm just saying, like it's nice and refreshing, I guess, to hear you speak about it like that because and anytime someone compliments it takes you back to the fun part of it. Not the dreadful part of it.
Totally worked. It totally paid off. All the effort you guys did.
Yeah.
And this year you did something different where it used to be, as you were standing here in the Stubborn Journey Brewing Company, you'd walk out in front, and basically across the way in the street was the band facing the brewery.
Right.
And this time you moved the band into your beer garden area in the front.
Yes. Yep.
So at first I was like, I don't know how this is going to work out.
That's what we thought.
It was dynamite. It worked out great.
Pretty good, didn't it? Yeah.
The bands sounded killer because they were in their little band shell, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But one of the things that was crazy was looking at how many people were on the courthouse lawn
Yeah.
that were listening to the band here. I mean, this was like a legit concert.
It was like a concert, and the way that the courthouse yard slopes up towards the building, it was almost like kind of that theater seating a little bit out there. So it was kind of cool. It was like a mini amphitheater type situation. So.
I think it thoroughly freaked you out at one point.
Yeah, it did. I mean, yeah, there is a time where you kind of look and you gaze over the crowd, and you're just like, I'm kind of responsible for all these people. Like, if something breaks out and a fight, or I don't know, like, we've literally never had any fights whatsover in the 10 years we've been doing this.
Challenge accepted.
It's just always like on the back. Yeah, Jared's gonna throw down next year.
I just remember, kind of taking it all in and listening to the music and looking around. And I turned around and I see this sea of humanity out on the courthouse lawn.
Yeah.
And Chris happened to be within arm's reach, and I'm like, dude, check this out. Did you see how many, like, thousands of people are here? And you're like, yeah, I did. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. And you, like, ran away. And I'm
We're
like,
gonna run out of beer. We're gonna run out of ice.
something bad's going to happen. No,
Is there enough
something
food?
fantastic happened.
Yeah.
So, it was really great.
It was. So thank you very much. I'm glad. I'm glad you said all that.
Yeah, no, it's for real. And as a participant, like a patron, if you will, I had nothing to do with the setup. I know that's a ton of work, but your team killed it.
They did. Yes.
Never had to wait for a beer. Never had a problem.
Yep.
Right.
Food was delicious.
Food, service, everything was excellent.
I'll tell you what we did last year. We did it not just this year, but we had walkie talkies. So everybody had a little two-way radio,
Nice.
and so like when you need change or you need ice or whatever, you don't have to stop pouring beer to go get that. We had a couple people that were just set to go wander around and check on things, and they would go get your change or your ice or another keg or whatever. So
All you had to do was ask, and Chris would incite change.
Yep, that's right. Now, one last shout out, and I saw people mention this on Facebook, and people said it in person. Your two boys are amazing. They work their tails off. The thing that most people call them out for is changing the trash,
right?
Which is a big deal.
Oh yeah, I mean someone's got to do it.
It has to happen, and they do it, and people appreciate it. You can see it while they're here and afterwards. So
it was nice that their work got noticed by so many people, and I'm thankful for it. I mean,
they were hustling, and
they were.
You could imagine the opposite. If trash was piling up all around here, it would be really bad and really obvious. So clearly that did not happen.
Yeah, that was a very good situation. So
now, speaking of events here at the brewery, we got another one coming up.
Yeah, we don't stop
real soon. What's
keep
next?
On coming. Black Beer Friday would be the next big thing we've got going on. So that's we've done that since I think year one that we've been open. So this will be the 10th one. Wow. I want to say. And basically we open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday, just like all the other retail stores. But you're not buying TVs and clothes here. We got beer. We do have doorbusters, so get here early, and there'll be a line outside, and that line starts a few hours before we open. Even at 6
Do people
a.m.
still look at you like you're crazy when you mention that? Oh, people will be here at 4 a.m.
I think they realize by now.
Yeah,
they're not screwing around.
Right.
So, of course, the big thing of Black Beer Friday is black beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, can you run down the tap list for us and whet the appetite of all the black beer
Put
fans?
me on the spot, but I have I've got my list.
I bet he has a
here.
list. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I do. I could probably do it by heart. But yeah, I mean, so it's the ones that we always have, like Shits and Giggles are there, and then Dark Waterloo Wheat that we always make once a year. That'll be there. And then let's see, we've got.
Is that like just a toasted wheat? How do you?
It's just got some darker grains in it, but it's still it's like a Hefeweizen, base beer. It would be just called a Dunkelweizen, a dark wheat.
Of course it would.
Yeah, Dunkelweizen. But I love those beers, but I don't know, they're not the most popular, so we just make one batch and we sell it through October because that's a good month to drink a Dunkelweizen.
Of course,
it's my trick or treat beer. It's for Halloween.
Trick or treat, Dunkelweizen.
Dunkelweizen. Let me run through. I found my list. We've got cherry chocolate porter, so exactly what it sounds like. Bean Tree Coffee Stout. Since Bean Tree is not Bean Tree anymore, we changed that up a little bit, and we're calling it Two Roasters Coffee Stout. So it's got the two coffee roasters for Monroe County, which are where Bean Tree still is. It's Coffee Girl now. So they still roast, and then
you didn't just call that Stout Coffee Girl?
No, I did not.
She's a stout one.
I did not do that. And then the other one's in Maystown, Living Millennially is the name, and that's Caleb. Caleb that used to bartend here for us. That's his place. So, but basically they both contributed half of the coffee for the batch. Okay. and kind of collaborated a little bit on that, on what they thought would be good. And so that's the coffee stout. We've got Check It Out, which is a dark Czech lager, and then a couple barrel-aged beers, Cuvée All Day, which is a blend, so it's a cuvée of a couple beers.
Right.
And then chocolate vanilla marshmallow stout, everyone's favorite.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
Yeah. And that's just flight 1. There's 3 flights.
Well, I was just going to ask. So you do preset flights, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just saw the list. I think they're $14, and they basically you just walk up to the bar, and that's kind of what most people do as we let people in right at 6. They'll just go number 2, So they're preset flights. We don't have time to have you, pick your own.
Yeah, right.
Because it's just madness all day. So
people just walk in the bar and go number 2.
They do. They go number 2 or number 1,
right at the front door,
or they'll go number 3.
Wow,
which is really weird. But the other ones are Shits and Giggles, like I said, and then May the Schwartz be with you. Our Schwartz beer. Jackhammer Black IPA. So you got to have a hoppy beer. So that's in the tank right now. That's one of the last ones. Good Boy Brown Ale's the other one in the tank, and that's for our dog Roscoe, because he's such a good boy. Actually, he's just kind of an okay boy.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He just does dog stuff,
Well, what do you want to do, cat stuff?
No, not really. I mean, I'm glad he did the dog stuff, but I mean, I did have to give him a bath after that, so you can imagine. So anyway, right now he's just an okay boy, but the beer's still called Good Boy. But anyway, Goat's Horn Doppelbock, so a little higher ABV lager. That's that does really good with some age on it, and I think it's like 8 months old now, so that's really good. And then El Diablo, the barrel aged Mexican stout.
Right.
So, and that's flight 2. Flight 3 will be Porter Westphalica, so just a straight up porter, oatmeal stout, and then breakfast stout. So basically, that's oatmeal stout with some chocolate, vanilla, and
a Pop-Tart.
Vanilla and a Pop-Tart. Yeah. We dump a Pop-Tart in it. And then Baltic Porter, and then Cigar Batch, which is like an Amberana, so it's kind of got like a walk-in humidor kind of a thing going on. Cinnamon and vanilla-ish. No cinnamon and vanilla in it. It's made with Amberana wood, actually. And then we always have, every year we have a New Year's batch. So this is 2025 Old Monroe barrel aged stout. So it's
nice.
I've usually got about 5 or 6 different Old Monroe barrels filled full of stout. Some of those will end up just blending, and they'll be part of like El Diablo or the Cigar Batch or whatever. But the best one, the standout, will be on its own, and that's just 2025. Straight up barrel aged stout. So.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Hope that's good.
Sounds good.
Hope that's
I
enough.
mean, it ought to be. If you can't find something there you like.
Right. So we try to have light, dark, light bodied.
Light, dark.
Right.
Yeah.
There won't be light beers.
No, not light beers. Nope. And that's my favorite thing about Black Beer Fridays. You'll always have at least a couple people that'll come up and go, I'll just have a Kolsch.
And they have it. Yeah.
Not today.
Nope.
Where's the pumpkin stuff?
Yeah. No. Not today
so
again.
let's clarify that. So all of your taps in the bar will be switched out with black beer, very dark beer.
We have 18 tap handles, and there will be 18 black beers. 0
no Kolsch,
light
no
beers.
alt beer, no blueberry weed.
But what we do, like,
number 2.
Speaking of the number 2, we like as soon as the first keg kicks and we're out of that beer, there's a few that there's only like 5 gallons of, so we'll kick that beer by noon probably.
Okay.
But anyway, when that happens, we'll put on Kolsch or Stubbornfest or something like that. So as soon as something kicks, we do put light. We go straight to the light stuff.
Okay.
Back to the regular scheduled tap.
Exactly. Yeah. And we kind of just whatever happens, we usually Saturday and Sunday. So that's kind of the pro tip. If you want to avoid the crowd but still taste like most of the black beers, you can come Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
And we've got usually most of the same beers on.
Yeah.
I might take 1 or 2 other ones off just so that we do have like blueberry weed is on. You gotta have some of them on there.
So it's interesting, how many varieties of a blackish, dark beer there are.
There's a lot.
And you use the term light for color, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all black or dark beers are heavy to drink. There are some lighter weight beers.
For sure. Like the dark Waterloo wheat that we were kind of talking about. That would be, it does have some darker flavors, but it doesn't drink very heavy. Also, Schwartz beer is one for sure that comes to mind. If you drink a Schwartz beer, it should almost be more like Helles or Pilsner like. If you close your eyes and take a drink, you shouldn't even really notice that you're drinking a black beer. It will have a little bit of that darker character, like the light coffee and chocolate kind of thing, but not much. It's supposed to come off really light tasting, but it appearance is black. So
if you're a patron who has some sort of aversion to a stout,
I can't drink black beer.
Just maybe that it's
Jared.
not.
I
Jared.
mean,
It's not up their tree.
It's a thing.
What do you recommend?
Like which flight or which? I mean, I would go. The Schwartz beer would be the that'd be the first one I would do, and then something like Good Boy Brown Ale is. A brown ale is a little bit on the hoppy side, but it's not IPA territory. But it's got some nice. The hops kind of almost overshadow the dark malts that are in there. So if you really just hate the taste of coffee and chocolate, which I don't know
what's wrong with you, yeah.
Right?
Honestly, as you were describing it, the Flight 1 sounded best
I was
to
gonna
me.
say, yeah, really?
Had a lot of
Flight 1?
cherry chocolates.
Oh, the
whatever.
cherry chocolate,
So
coffee stout.
Does each flight have the variety that goes from?
Yeah, each flight's going to have a little bit of everything in it. Each flight has two high alcohol beers. Like most of the time, those are going to be the barrel aged beers.
Call those breakfast beers.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. And then the other 4 are like lighter versions or something in the middle. Yeah.
Now, is there a technical definition of a stout, or is it just an adjective that says this thing is pretty freaking stout?
No. There is. It's a roasty. Basically, roasty flavored. Has flavors of coffee, dark chocolate, that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's a whole.
Is that a
guideline?
A Northern
stout.
European lineage?
That
Irish,
English, and Irish. Yeah. Irish for sure. I guess they probably started it. Yeah, the dry stout is what started it, and then you've got there's like an American stout, which will have like some hops in it. Anything American is gonna be hoppy. There's oatmeal stout, which I guess would be an English thing, but the Americans definitely took that over. And then there's Imperial Stout, Russian Imperial Stout.
What happens there?
What happens there?
Yeah.
Well, so anything Imperial is basically like almost double the strength, so double the alcohol, and very thick and chewy. And there's a history lesson in there somewhere about Russia, but I'm not going to go there right now.
How does a porter compare as far as how you do it and what it tastes like?
Very good question, Jared. A porter compared to...
What gives, man? I didn't get any good question.
Right? No, it was just an okay question. Yeah. A porter is less roasty and more chocolatey in general. Those are very general terms. But yeah, any porter is going to be still dark, but just have a lot of chocolate flavor. If you think of that, if porter is a porter is chocolatey and a stout is roasty, that would be it.
Stout roasty.
Stout roasty.
It was very close to one of my old nicknames.
Stout roasty? Stout roasty. Stout oasty?
So, any tips for the early birds? How early do you got to get here? You want to get a seat or whatever,
I mean, man, I don't know. 2 or 3?
Oh, wow. That early, huh?
If you want to be one of the first to like get a seat at the bar, yeah, typically there are. I don't know about this year, but there were people here. We've had them as early as like 7 p.m. the night before.
Wow.
So,
this
year I've been looking at the weather. I think it's supposed to be right just above freezing. I think overnight that night. So, and that's still 10 days out.
Boy, that's a good time to have a good stout beer.
That's how they get through.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
they come packing coolers for sure, and and you don't really need ice in your cooler.
Well, speaking of coolers, we're talking about the 18 different beers on tap.
Yes.
Are any of these blacks in cans?
Yes, most of them will be in cans. Not every single one, but 3/4 of them will be. Mm-hmm. And
nice.
they'll be. Should all be out and available in the can fridge that day. We used to put together like the Black Beer Friday pack,
like a flight of cans, or a can of flights,
a ton of beer. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. stock your fridge up with dark beer.
For the at-home players.
You're right.
Yeah.
Are you going to have the band again?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The Schwarzkatzen.
Nice.
The Black Cats.
And what do they feel about the 6 a.m. start time?
They love it.
I'm sure they do. Yep.
It is pretty fun. I mean, they basically we'll try to get the line in. So we open the door, and it's a big celebration. They play some just kind of noisy music. I don't know. It's there's no words. It's
noisy
just
music.
Noisy music. You know what I mean? Just here we are. And it's like, if you're not awake, you are now.
Right.
And then
sure.
they just stop. And they play the Star Spangled Banner, so everybody just stops, and we do the Star Spangled Banner, and then we get on to it. So
nice.
It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
It's fun.
That's
They
outstanding.
do a great job.
The Schwarzkatzen.
Schwarzkatzen.
That's nice. Where are they out of?
Waterloo area, Monroe County.
Local?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
I was impressed to learn that the Bulls and Beer Band is out of Nebraska.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's a trek.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, they come a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Do they just pass through on their way to, like, Novemberfest or what? Like, that's a long... are you the only
Jared.
stop on the way?
Jared.
Or they must be doing other Oktoberfests, right?
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
I think most of their gigs are over here in the St. Louis area.
Okay.
They just kind of caught on, and
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
St. Louis likes punk polka. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, I
That's
do.
my question. Yeah.
Bulls and Beer Band is the band that does our intro music to this podcast.
That's right.
So you have already listened to them.
Yes, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So get here early if you want. You don't have to because it'll be going on all day.
It will.
Into
And there are
the
some
evening.
lulls, too,
Yeah,
where things kind of turn over
Yeah.
every couple hours or whatever. So that you can definitely come in at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And
Still enjoy Black Bear Friday.
For sure. Yep. And you might get a seat right at the bar because the people might be done right then, So that's a theory, and some people have told me that that's what they do. Like, oh, we get there at 9:30. That's when everybody cycles through. Like, oh, all right, you got it figured out. But yeah, we're open all night, so we're open till 10
So
that day.
Let's talk about the staff that day.
Yeah.
Who do you have starting
I believe
at
it's
ground zero?
Yeah.
And how long is their shift until? Or is it all different?
So okay, I believe it's Liz and Josh. I'm pretty sure.
They're the doorbusters?
Yes, and then Tammy and myself. And when I say Tammy and myself, it's mostly Tammy. I just kind of get in the way, so I try to help, but I don't know. I'm iffy, but
that's true.
I mean, I'm in the building though, so
Right.
Eventually, they
people
say go sit at the bar and drink. And I'm like, oh yes, sir.
yeah.
So, but then I think their shift is till noon. I want to say. And usually that's kind of how it works. They'll sit and hang out and have a beer or two afterward.
And a normal Friday, you open at 3.
Yes.
So this is a whole nother day before the day starts.
Oh yeah. Well, so on a regular, you're right. On like a Saturday, we open at noon. So this is like a 6-hour shift before like the regular noon shift would start. But I mean, this is on Friday. But yeah.
Wow.
So,
But you don't have the crazy like Stubbornfest staff where everybody is on hand, all hands on deck.
Right
at a time.
Yeah, not
not
quite.
all day.
Yeah, we don't need everybody for this,
but still, it's a big
we still
event.
we staff it pretty heavily all day. So,
Cool.
The goal is to not have people stand in crazy long lines for very long.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, it's the same season of the year as Black Beer Friday. We have another seasonal thematic beer on tap right now. Deer beer.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm drinking. Is that what you got?
As am I, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff.
It's good color.
Yeah. I like deer beer a lot because I make it for me.
Right.
Well, it's near and dear to you.
It sure is. Near and deer beer.
Deer.
We make it to I literally bring a 6-barrel of this to my family's deer camp every year. So
Wow.
sometimes I'll change the recipe a little bit, tweak it here or there if
Yeah.
I want, but I've been pretty happy with it the last couple of years. So it's stayed pretty close to.
I was going to ask, somebody had told me it's always good, but this year seemed better.
very good?
It's very good.
It's
I'll take
because
that.
it's
I don't know why.
2025, it says on the label.
Right, yeah.
It
It's
is.
fresh.
It's interesting that this does have a year on it, so suggesting that it does change a little bit.
Well, Kevin, that's for the pins that we have made.
Yep.
So in Illinois, I don't know if I guess other states do this, but in Illinois, when you shoot a deer, you can get the little harvest pin that the state provides.
Okay.
It's probably the only thing you ever get for free in the state ever.
After you buy the permit.
After you buy the permit for $20.
Yeah.
So
free.
But
Send $9.95 for your free brochure.
Exactly. But yeah, so they give you a pin when you harvest the deer. So we basically had some pins made that were the same size and same kind of format. Like they look a lot similar to that, but they say deer beer, stubborn German on them. So collect the whole set.
That's pretty cool.
I have a hat with one of every year of ours.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
because you know a guy.
I do.
Yeah. So it's interesting. My wife's family hunts, and this year, Kelly, just for fun, started to put some trail cams up around her dad's farm just to kind of see what's going on with the wildlife.
This the first year do that?
She's had them for a little while, but she really kind of went.
Like really got into it?
Yeah, you know, the cellular cams and stuff.
My son's got 100 of those, I feel like. Not 100.
Yeah.
Probably
well,
7 or 8,
It's
though.
a thing. So now she knows, like, all the deer by name.
That's fun. That's what
She'll
my
get,
son
like,
does,
a text
too.
alert, and she's like, oh, look. I'm trying to think what the guy's name is.
Bucky.
Yeah, right. Blitzen. There goes Blitzen, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And whatnot. So it's kind of hard to shoot them when you know them.
Well, you know, that's also a thing.
It is really fun. And, yeah, my son spends a lot of time, not a lot of time, but he does look at the pictures on his phone every morning. It's always like, it's almost like Christmas morning. Like, what do we have? Like, did we get any deer on camera?
Oh, darn, it's a raccoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or I got to move this camera. It must be right next to a raccoon nest or something.
Yeah, here's the cat again.
Because you only get so many pictures, or you got to pay extra or whatever.
Right.
So
and you know, Kelly's like, oftentimes, what's my dad doing out there? You know, because he'll trip
Why
the
is he out
cameras. Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, what's been up with you guys? Enough about me.
Is there ever enough about you, though?
There is absolutely enough. I'm tired of talking about it.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So this year has been, it's just a different kind of year. There's been the scheduling, the timing, the events of the year. It's all been kind of screwed up. And not upset to see 25, in the rear view eventually.
Yeah.
But only recently I was able to, Kelly and I had a few minutes to catch up on some TV because we travel a lot this time of year and whatnot. And I don't know if you're familiar with the series Landman.
I have not seen it, but I've heard of it. Yeah,
you familiar with him?
I'm not.
Right,
I've heard of it.
So there's a dude named Taylor Sheridan.
Right.
Taylor Sheridan is a writer, producer, and I think at one point last year he had 176 episodes on the air.
Wow.
Because he's the guy that created Yellowstone.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
And
He
created
all the spin-offs.
and all the spin-offs, right? The guy's powerhouse. Anyway, the latest Landman starts to air, and the subject of this, actually, let me back that up. Another Taylor Sheridan show called Tulsa King.
Okay.
Which stars Sylvester Stallone as a New York mobster that is now running Tulsa.
Okay.
Right. Country mouse, city mouse, fish out of water, whatever.
Sure.
The crux of the Tulsa King is that they stumble across a secret stash of whiskey, bourbon whiskey, that was 50 years old.
Really?
And there's 200 barrels. And they estimate the value at $150 million.
Wow.
Because you do the math of how many bottles in a barrel, and a bottle of 50-year-old bourbon.
So these are barrels.
200 barrels.
Wow.
Stored underground that a local family distiller made and has been secret, and then the guy died and they found him and blah, blah, blah. And so Stallone's character estimates that these bottles could be worth $5,000 a piece.
Okay.
So you do the math, $5,000, however many bottles per barrel, however many barrels, $150 million worth of booze.
Wow.
And then the mayhem ensues, because who actually owns it and blah, blah, blah. So my question to you is, we see the 7-year, we see the 50-year-old bourbon made for TV, or what are we talking about?
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So my first thought when you said that was, this must be a TV show thing, because if it was in the barrel for 50 years, I guarantee the barrels are dry.
There's nothing left in the barrel.
They just completely evaporate and there's nothing left. I think Heaven Hill had is it a 30 or 35 year? I think it was at least a 30-year bourbon. And I mean, yeah, they always complain about how, after 10 years it's half full, and after 20 it's only a quarter full, and all this. So add 30 years to the 20, and I mean,
right.
I can't imagine there's
anything left.
Yeah, so it might be one bottle of 50, which would be extremely rare. You might get a bottle out of that, and that would be worth $150 million because you'd have the only bottle of 50-year bourbon.
Well, and I think. Of course, it's television, so can't believe anything you see on TV coming from a guy who makes TV for a living. But it was portrayed in the barrels, so it wasn't like in a glass cask or anything.
Sure.
And I did a little bit of homework on this because I was kind of curious, and I think if I get my numbers correctly, the oldest current bottle of whiskey dates back to, I think, 1860.
Okay, yeah.
And it's still in the glass bottle.
Yeah.
And it's sold fairly recently for like $30,000 for the bottle.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I don't know if anybody's tasted it or whatever. But
yeah, who knows? I mean, that's crazy. There's a big market for all that stuff. If you find like some pre-prohibition whiskey that's still in a bottle that hasn't evaporated past the cork or whatever, that could definitely
interesting
set you up for a while. But I Scotch. The reason that the barrels don't really evaporate that much over there, because you'll see like good Scotch starts at 12, 15 year.
Right.
12, 15 year bourbon is like, whoa, that's
top of the line.
Way aged.
Super old.
Yeah. For bourbon, 6, 7, 8 years, that's kind of the sweet spot. But yeah, for Scotch, it doesn't they don't have the climate to push it into the wood and back out, draw it back out. So they don't have the big temperature swings like we do here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Midwest, like Kentucky bourbon, will evaporate so much off, where Scotch does not evaporate that much, but also they have to wait twice as long to before it's good.
Let it mature.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So if you're saying Scotch,
and Irish whiskey too. So,
sure, Ireland, Scotland, so higher humidity, cooler temperatures, less pressure differential and atmospheric.
Yep.
So theoretically,
swings.
you could take a barrel of bourbon and store it in the bluffs over here, and have that similar effect. Temperatures consistent all the time, not getting the big swings.
I suppose, yeah.
And then something that would be the sweet spot in 6 years might be the sweet spot in 15.
Right.
You basically slow it down.
But all you've done is,
slowed it down.
Slowed everything down.
You made everybody wait.
Instead of bourbon, you just have Irish whiskey at that point. But and maybe in the show, if it's in somebody's basement.
Well, when you said it was in the, did you say it was in a basement or a cave or something?
Yeah, so it kind of was. It was fun the way they set it up.
Because maybe they did that because
try to make
all the
sense
bourbon
of it.
people were going to be like, well, there ain't going to be nothing left.
If I'm not mistaken, the scene where they discovered it looked like they went to a mausoleum.
Oh, okay.
Right? And they crack open the door and they swing open the iron thing, and they go in and then they go downstairs. And then it's like an underground storage. Right. So it's not like out in a rick house. It's in and you could almost sense the humidity and the temperature. So maybe, I don't know.
That might be what they thought they had to do to sell it to the viewer,
And
now I want to watch Tulsa King.
I kind of do too.
I didn't know it was about whiskey.
It's a pretty funny show. I mean, Tulsa King. So I don't know how much you know about Sylvester Stallone, but Sylvester Stallone is the greatest actor of playing a guy who apparently knows nothing, but in reality is super brilliant.
Yeah.
So much so that when he wrote, Stallone wrote Rocky, wrote the very first one. And that original script was like 700 pages. Did you ever hear this story?
No.
Every punch is written, is choreographed.
Really?
Yeah. Every shot, every word.
They don't just kind of like say, okay, here's the fight scene for 5 minutes?
Stallone controlled and wrote that whole thing.
Really?
And he's the guy is beyond brilliant. He's a historian. He's a scholar. This is Adrian. This guy, right?
But
in reality, he's brilliant. And one of the fun things about the Taylor Sheridan productions is Taylor Sheridan loves to editorialize in the dialogue on various topics. And Kelly and I were joking, like, I'm wondering how he picks where his little editorials are going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Because here's how it goes. Typically, so the Landman TV show has Billy Bob Thornton.
Yep.
And Billy Bob Thornton is sitting in a scene, and he's about to order breakfast. And he says, hey, do you guys have any breakfast? And he goes off on a tangent about, because the waitress says, let me back this up. He asked for some cigarettes, and it's like, 7 in the morning. And the waitress says, don't you have breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day. And Billy Bob says, well, you know why breakfast is the most important meal of the day is because the companies that own all the cereal, Kellogg's and Post and Quaker, told you it's the most important meal of the day, because I guarantee you the cavemen did not wake up at 7 in the morning and start making a bowl of Wheaties or cereal, back in the Stone Age time. And that's an example of one of his little editorials, right? He goes off on different things.
Sure.
There was another one on EVs, on electric vehicles.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Little political things here and there.
Puts these little nuggets in there for you to...
But one of the scenes had Stallone in New York, and forgive me, but I forgot there was a parade, a holiday Italian parade, and there's a saint that they portray coming down the street in this parade. And Stallone, of course, goes off on a 2-minute diatribe about why this all happens. Mm-hmm. And most other TV shows, it would just be a setting. They wouldn't stop and tell you,
why
like
that's
what's happening.
Here's
So
the story.
It is. I kind of dig his productions for those reasons. Mm-hmm. It's entertaining. So check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Might have to.
Yeah, you might want to grab a 12er of black beers.
Right.
Yeah. Flip on the tube for a little while.
Might do that.
We're not being paid by those guys.
Exactly.
I wish.
Right. We had the Far Outs play here over Halloween.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We had a Halloween show here.
How'd that go?
It was a lot of fun, actually.
They were great. It was a lot of fun.
We did the whole dressing up 80s and 90s theme. So I had the Marty McFly outfit going.
Fantastic.
The other guys were Indiana Jones and his dad, Henry Jones. That was fun.
So I thought you were Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, really? Well,
until he said, you don't understand this, but your kids are going to love it.
Yep. Yeah. I guess you guys aren't ready for this. So to be fair to Chris, I had the whole thing. I had the red vest and the denim jacket and the accurate shirt and the T-shirt and suspenders, all of it. But I'm sweating my butt off up here. And so I had to take the vest off. Well, now I'm just wearing a denim jacket. So I just look like it could be Bruce
You could have been
Springsteen or anybody.
Three different. You could have been Marty McFly. You could have been Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, all in the same.
Or you could have been Robin Williams.
Yeah, right. Anything.
Suspenders.
So, but it was fun.
What was on the set list that night?
Well, all 80s and 90s. So we
already the 80s, 90s, and today.
We inherently have a lot of 80s and 90s songs anyway that we just gravitate to. But we had to add several new ones. But one and this was the coolest moment of the night, the last song we played was Lightning Crashes by the band Live. Mm. And everybody knows that song, but it's not like, it doesn't start out as a big rockin' song. It's not something you think, oh, let's melt everybody's faces with this song about, placenta and whatever. So,
placenta song.
But everybody
let's melt their faces with the song about placenta.
Everybody tuned in and turned around and was like singing along. And by the end, because it actually does get pretty rocking by the end of that song, everybody's singing along in the whole bar. I mean, we got goosebumps. It was such a cool moment to have everybody just turn around and be into it. So it was fun. We had a good time.
That's fantastic.
And lots of people dressed up. And it was cool. The bartenders were Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
So when you add a new tune to the set list, is this a democratic process, or is it just
It is. Usually one of us will just kind of come up with something that they heard that day or whatever. In the case of, we played Bon Jovi Blaze of Glory, which Ryan has kind of always wanted to do that song or one or two of the Bon Jovi songs.
So that was an easy sell.
And we just found a way, like, because there's a lot going on in that song. There's slide guitar, there's all this stuff. And for the longest time, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, I happen to have one of my guitars tuned for about 5 or 6 songs in this alternate open tuning that really kind of has this big, full sound. And one day I just grabbed that guitar and was like, well, what if I try this? And I just played like a different variation that has that real southern, western rock feel on it. And it was like, oh, this worked. And then Scott, our keyboard player, has a lap steel. So
nice.
He was able to kind of do that, and so I didn't have to do all the slide guitar, So anyway, we did our own take on it. But
that's cool.
It was fun, yeah.
That's one of those songs that I really like when I can listen to the entire song and not just flip through stations and catch a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Because the song, it's a great tune.
Mm-hmm.
It's one that unfortunately has been played far too often, so we're kind of desensitized to it.
Right.
But especially like the original mix. I don't know if you picked up on this, but I don't know who's to blame. So we're, kind of close to St. Louis for the over-the-air radio stations. Somebody is putting an EQ setting and a compression on radio songs broadcast out of St. Louis. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I can see that.
The bass is all crushed.
Yep.
The mids are high. And then if you look at the EQ curve, like the way high frequencies, like the 10K stuff is like through the roof, and it doesn't have any energy to it. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out why, right? Because you can turn it up real loud and nothing distorts because there's no bottom end to it.
I think that's why. It's so that they know they have to appeal to people who don't have a good sound system in their truck or car.
Yeah, but everybody kind of does.
Well,
these
days,
you know? And I know the other thing is that a lot of this stuff is digitally compressed, like a lot. And some of it just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like if you have a radio that plays the HD1, HD2, HD3 channels, like one of them has an HD3 80s channel, and it sounds like it's being streamed over a dial-up modem. I mean, it's just it is just pixelated, low res, like 64K compressed. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, boy, it's a great song. I can't even listen to this. I got to change it. But if you get back to a high sample rate, a CD version, or one of the original, mixes, "Blaze of Glory" is really a good song.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I have noticed. I mean, you definitely know that. Anything on the radio, just the sound quality is never the same, or even as close to as good as something on a CD, or even just off of streaming or whatever.
And here's the other component of that: music needs dynamics.
Yeah.
All right. So, and by that, you need transients. You need certain passages that are loud. Certain instruments, a drum hit's got to have some power to it.
Yeah.
But then maybe a guitar strum has to be a lower volume, and that space in between the low volume and the high volume is your dynamic.
Yeah.
And today, when you go buy music or listen to stuff that's produced right now, it's all been made with electronic. Not necessarily. I mean. Definitely most of the instruments are electronic, but the recording process and everything else.
Digital recording,
Right. So what they do is they take the lower volume level elements and elevate the volume level so there's less of a dynamic, there's less of a space, a gap between the loud and the soft, so that it appears audibly more powerful. It cuts through the noise in the car. You'll hear it better. And it really started with commercials on television. Commercials are always louder.
Right. Yep.
Technically, they're the same volume level, but they had more energy in them because they just didn't get any quieter during the commercial. And today's audio, there's a big complaint that everything is compressed all the way up to the limit so that there is no silence and quiet and high volume.
Yeah. So that's why, like, Led Zeppelin, like, What Is and What Should Never Be is, like, the slow, soft part. And then the come in and just rock out.
Sure.
Like that's what makes that.
That's what makes
amazing.
It. When the kick drum hits and trails off, it goes almost silent.
Yeah.
And then boom, you get the next instrument, right?
Yeah.
You don't have that in today's stuff because we have short attention span theater, and
Kids these days.
Everybody's amped up on everything, so they try to amp up all the music. And so much of what we're listening to that we're familiar with has been remixed. So if you jump on Spotify, every time you click on an album on Spotify, it says 2024 remix,
right?
Or 2017, recut, remaster. And what they did is they bring up all those.
That's all they're doing.
Quieter passages and compress them so that they're all right at the top of the spectrum.
That's so fun.
And it takes the breathing room, the headroom, and the active life out of the recording. Because as you know, being an accomplished drummer, you need to balance, a light hit versus a hard hit.
That
adds to the character, the energy of the performance.
You have to balance hard hits with harder hits. In Chris's experience.
With even harder hits. Oh my gosh, there was a funny thing about that. So Bowls and Beer Band played 2 days, Friday and Saturday. So after Friday, the drummer, Mike, nicest guy in the world, he hands me the drumsticks. He's like, all right, here's how I set this, and hi-hat set up for that. And I'm just like, all right.
Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about, but all right, this is very nice of you. And so the next day they show up, and he's like, hey, you gonna drum? And I'm like, I'll do it again. Heck yeah! So I did it again Saturday. But right before I did, he goes, hey, just so you know, you don't have to really crush the cymbal that hard. Like it's gonna only do what it's gonna do. You can go maybe 30% of what you did, and it would be just as loud. And I'm like,
really?
All right.
I guess it works that way.
Now I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I think I'm out.
Oh, that's funny.
So that every time I'm going to hit the cymbal, I'm like,
percent.
Calm down.
That's funny.
Well, then I'm like, did I break his cymbal or something?
Chris does have heavy hands, on the drums. He's a heavy hand. That's a good thing. That's fun.
I think after replaying what I said, I think I might have answered my own question, and that is that a lot of the music from the 70s, 80s that had those broad dynamics in them, in today's compression, I think that compression routine just happens to mute the bass and those drums, and that's the effect. That's the byproduct.
Yeah,
and that's why we hear it that way.
Something I never really understood, but and maybe you can touch on this, Kevin. So you've heard of tube amps for guitars, and then if it's not a tube amp, it's generally considered a solid state amp. And solid state amps have been around forever, so this isn't a new digital thing or whatever. But you can have a 100 watt, 150 watt, whatever, or way more than that, solid state amp that gets so loud. It's very, very loud. But you put it next to a 20 watt tube amp, and it's the same volume, but it doesn't cut through the mix. You can't hear it as much as that tube amp. And there's just something about all those frequencies and the natural compression of what's going on in those glass tubes that it's insane how the difference is. It
definitely sounds different, and that gets into the warm sound.
Yeah, right.
That's what they'll talk about is the warm sound of vintage gear.
Yeah.
And really what you're doing is you're taking electricity and you're running it through a bunch of things that look like light bulbs.
Yeah.
And you're forcing it through filaments and things instead of a far more efficient integrated circuit chip.
Yeah.
So that journey that the electricity takes through a tube amp colors that sound a little bit. And it doesn't necessarily change the pitch or the timbre, but it does change the overall sound. I saw locally, as a matter of fact, on Facebook Marketplace, somebody was selling a variac.
Oh, wow.
You know what a variac is?
I do.
So for years, they were trying to figure out why did Eddie Van Halen's guitar sound the way it did, right?
Yeah.
And it was always a question of, is it the guitar? Is it the pickups he used, the strings, the body of the wood, the shape? Or is it Eddie's hands, the feel that he had? Or was it something else? And what Eddie did, there were several things. One is he was one of the first guys to actually take a guitar track and split it into a left and right stereo. Okay, so now it's not just a mono, but he would put a couple millisecond delay on one of the channels, and all of a sudden it sounds like it's coming from everywhere instead of one central source.
That's
cool.
That
was one of the first tricks. But the other one is he used what's called a variac, and a variac literally means to vary AC current.
Oh.
Variac.
Yeah.
Vary AC. And he would actually tone down the 120 hertz AC current to like 90 hertz. So he would slow down the current coming out of the wall, and his amp would work differently and sound differently. And you could not replicate that unless you changed the power coming in.
That's
Nobody
crazy.
ever did that. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you
half
want to
electrician, half
mad scientist,
guitar
he was
genius,
the reason, genius all the way around.
That's awesome.
If you jump on the YouTubes and look up Rick Beato, he's got a cool
Yeah.
thing on the variac and what it does and the sound and everything. But somebody was selling one of those things. It's in a variac. There's this little box on knob on it.
Yeah.
And you plug into the wall and plug something into it.
I knew what it was, but I didn't know that's how that worked.
Yeah,
So
and if you use an electronic device, like if you take your computer and plug it into the variac,
It'll fry your computer
and turn
instantly.
the voltage down, it'll shut off.
Right.
So, but something that is an analog amplifier with tubes, like what Eddie was playing through a Marshall stack or whatever, it changes the whole thing. And people could not. They thought it was the way he tuned the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, just could not figure it out.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day of Wolfgang Van Halen,
Oh,
Eddie's
yeah.
son, who is really kind of coming into his own right now, and he's got albums out and videos and all this stuff.
He opened for Metallica, so
Yeah.
I'd say
I
he's
mean,
Grammy
on his way.
nominated
He's
or
on his way.
is he a Grammy winner yet or Grammy nominated?
I don't
he's
know.
nominated.
Yeah.
He got nominated? That's awesome.
And in this video, it was actually a drumming video. I mean, he's kind of known for playing guitar now, but he's playing the drums and he's analyzing his uncle, Alex Van Halen's drum parts from these different albums and stuff, and he's talking about it. It was really cool. But he's playing all these drum parts note for note the way Alex plays them.
Awesome.
And then, if you recall, when Wolfgang was touring with his dad with Van Halen for a couple of years, or more than a couple, playing the bass, so he knows all the bass lines to every Van Halen song.
Yeah.
He seemingly can play every drum part.
Yeah.
And he can play his dad's guitar
Oh, yeah.
parts. Like, this kid can play everything in
Yeah.
Van Halen. It's insane. He is so amazingly talented.
Well, and Eddie did too.
Yeah, right.
Eddie played keyboards, played guitar, and in fact, the first time he was on a recording with Sammy Hagar, Eddie played bass on When Eagles Fly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he couldn't use his own name because of the record contract.
Right. Jeez.
Yeah, that's
Runs
pretty
in the
wild.
family, I guess.
That's nuts.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's it's like diarrhea. It's hereditary. It runs in your genes.
Runs in your genes. That's right.
Yeah, nice.
All right, Kevin. We need a quick SEMA recap from you.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I saw some fun things on the Facebooks. Got to talk to Jay Leno again, and I know you talked to many other people that were probably more important in the car industry than him, but he's the one everyone knows. So
Leno. The great thing about Jay Leno, I don't know how old he is now.
Yeah.
he's definitely like all of us.
Yeah.
Years go by with Mr. Leno.
sure,
But I had a nice sit-down interview with him, about 15 minutes.
nice.
And the night before, he was doing stand-up in Vegas.
Wow.
He's
Really?
still performing all the time.
That's awesome.
Still doing the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, California, every Sunday.
He doesn't need the money.
No, he doesn't do it for the money. He just likes to do it.
That's so cool.
And Leno is one of these dudes who, obviously made his living being a comedian and a TV star.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also ultra brilliant and a tremendous historian and loves cars, loves everything about them, knows everything about them. So, car enthusiasts love talking to him, not because he's telling jokes, but because he knows his stuff.
Right.
Right.
And it was really cool. It's a great opportunity to be able to chat with him. And I didn't know that was coming this year.
Yeah. Just here he is.
Basically, yeah.
Really?
So one of my fun opportunities out there is to host what's called the SEMA Central Stage, where people come up and we do interviews with them, and they're like, "Yeah, you got 15 minutes, and Jay's going to be here." And I'm, all right, bring him on. So, I can't say that I can call him up right now and he'd be like, "Hey, Kev, what's going on?"
Yeah.
But we definitely know each other. We've done this a bunch.
Yeah.
That's
so
so
cool.
it was fun. It was very cool. That whole trade show, 150,000 people there this year from
Really?
from 140 countries, and it was the energy was tremendous. The activity was tremendous. The industry's doing really well. People were very optimistic. People came from all over the world. I got to meet some really interesting. At one point on that stage, I had the president and CEO of the SEMA Association, which is a trade association for the automotive world. Next to him was a guy named Mohammed bin Salim, who is the president of the FIA. And the FIA is a sanctioning body that owns Formula One.
Oh, really?
So Formula One racing. Mm-hmm. He's also a former rally car driver and the whole thing. Next to him was the head of the Las Vegas Tourism and Convention Board. right? So this guy controls all of the stuff that happens in Vegas.
Yeah.
Next to that guy was a Nevada congresswoman who was there because she was so happy to see all the activity going on.
Sure.
And then the president of the NHRA,
really,
National Hot Rod Association, and then the SEMA chair of the board.
And then little old Kevin.
A little old numbnuts, standing there in the middle of them, trying to act like he knows what he's doing.
No, you did an awesome job. When I listened to the V8 podcast, just hearing you guys talk about that and like who gets to come to the SEMA show and all that, and it's you said that they just put the show on. And you guys populated.
Yeah, the industry.
You guys just whatever. If it has anything to do with a car, you're making parts, you're making tools, you're whatever.
You're welcome.
You can come in and you can. I mean, you got to buy your spot to get in and all that. But just to, I guess the businessman in me kind of went there and was like, man, that's amazing that you can go just buy a spot there and have access to 150,000 people, and they all know that you make this trinket or whatever it is, this part, this it can be anything, and
that's to be the show.
You put it in the right people's hands, like the right people are seeing your product. It's not just out there for fluff for 3/4 of the people wouldn't care. It's everyone there wants to see this kind of stuff. So that's super cool. So what you do there, I think, is valid and it needs to be done, and you do a great job.
Well, I appreciate that, and the analogy I used in the V8 radio podcast was Planet Cars.
Planet Cars, yes, that's right.
and before that show starts, Planet Cars is just an empty thing, and then it becomes inhabited by anybody that's got anything to do with anything in the industry, and they all do their stuff and talk and communicate and make deals, whatever, and then they all leave.
Yeah,
But it's pretty remarkable, and I'm sure that the brewing industry has something similar.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything on that scale, like that big.
Well, this is your job then.
Okay, just make
Are
that.
you involved with any of those? You ever go to any of those shows?
Well, see, you interviewed Jay Leno, and they interviewed Chris at these.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I mean, he's.
And I might be able to get a job at the brewing
Jay
convention.
Leno. Yeah.
I might be able to interview Chris someday if I'm lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you could interview me.
Really, have you ever done any trade events?
I mean, there are some. There's the Master Brewers. That's a trade organization in the
Meister Brewers.
The Meister Brewers in the St. Louis area, and each big city in the United States kind of has a chapter or whatever, and it comes with some some training opportunities and meetings and kind of get together type.
But
things.
Have you ever gone?
Yeah, I've gone. Yeah, I don't go all the time, not regularly. I did for a while. I went fairly regularly, but. I mean,
what I've learned...
Life gets I podcast instead.
Oh, yeah. Important stuff to do.
That gets me really far.
What I've learned is that by being involved in the trade association for whatever industry you're in, I don't care if you make bowling balls or dental equipment or whatever,
right?
You end up meeting others in your industry that are in the same boat.
Sure.
And you might not know that whatever you're struggling with, somebody else has figured out or will help you or share. And then this is the 28th year in a row I've done that show. So, I mean, it becomes a giant family reunion. Yeah, and you get to see friends and everything else. Yeah. But it's all what you put into it. If you go there expecting, like, I'm going to put up a booth and I'm going to stand in my booth and I'm going to sell a million things and I'm going to go home, that's not the attitude. The attitude is you need to go in there going, I'm open to whatever happens here, and I'm going to talk to whoever I can. And I don't care who this person is. I'm going to say, hey, what brought you here? And next thing you know, you might find somebody that's a partner. You might buy all your glassware from a new person. You don't even know.
Right.
And somebody might say, hey, you need to meet this guy because they can help you. And it's pretty cool to get involved with something beyond your own business. You got your own family, your own community, but something even bigger than all that.
Yeah. And it's on a national scale. You're not even necessarily competitors. People could do the exact same thing you do, but somebody's doing it in Washington. You're doing it here. So what?
That is one of the greatest things because a lot of us as small business owners fear, like, oh my gosh, the guy opened one down the street. He's going to take all my business.
I can't tell him any of my secrets. I can't.
I'm saying nothing. Yeah, but when you can go, hey, you know what? there is no way that, as much as you and Tammy would like to, you cannot brew all the beer for the entire world to drink. You can't. No. So you understand. In our case, in our shop, we can't restore them all. We can't build every single car. So you recognize that and focus on your strengths, but then talk to other people, even if they're local, that would appear to be competitors on paper. No, we're friends.
Yeah.
And then we share leads and we exchange customers and all the rest. And now all of a sudden we're united. Yeah. And you got some support, and you're not doing this alone, and that's the cool thing.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
I should go back to an MBA meeting.
You should. Yeah.
Well, I think I might.
And if you can't be the brewmeister, you can always try to be the vergasser.
For sure. Fantastic.
Wow, Jared.
I'm sorry. I don't know where it's coming from.
There's going to be so much editing in this because I got this cold. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was authentic.
Does that mean you're ready for the German word of the day?
That's what they really want to know.
Are we wrapping this up?
Yep.
That's why they listen.
Okay. Vergasser. Let's see. Jared said, ooh, holiday?
Ooh, holiday?
Did you remember you guessed that?
Question mark?
Yeah.
Kevin said it meant second best.
Second best.
Vergasser is actually German for the word carburetor.
See?
Huh.
Which is second best to fuel injection. So I win.
There's fuel injection.
Right up there next
really, the Vergasser.
The Vergasser.
So that makes
perfect
sense.
I was wondering if you would catch that from some kind of...
Nice.
Well,
then I was thinking, I don't know how many carbureted Mercedes you've worked on.
There's been a few, actually.
Really?
But this speaks to one of my challenges in this world, and that is I have different personas. and not that I'm multi-person like crazy.
Oh yeah.
But when I'm here, right, I'm in the stubborn German mindset.
Sure.
I'm in the bar. I'm in the podcast.
You're not thinking.
I'm not
cars.
thinking about carburetors very much, right? And that's why that one got right past me. But I've read that word out loud before in a manual.
Have you? Well, the first thing you said was, "I've heard that word."
Yeah. Did I?
So,
oh, well,
you did. That's the first thing. But
yeah.
Then you kind of went off on a.
That's great.
Yeah. There you go.
Carburetor.
Vergasser. It makes sense now.
For sure.
The gasser goes in.
Well, I mean, I don't know what ver means. But,
I don't either.
But yeah, gasser, which, it's got gas in it for crying out loud.
We got to get the gasser in the ver.
In the ver, yeah. Well, now you know.
Now you know.
Well, this was fun. If you enjoyed tuning in to the super random tangent that was this episode of the Stubborn German Podcast, because we covered all kinds of stuff.
We sure did.
Hot rods, rock and roll, beers, bourbon, television, Vegas, you name it.
What didn't we talk about?
We welcome you to subscribe and tune in next time. If you do subscribe, it'll show up automatically as an alert. And this is one of those alerts you don't want to silence. You want to click on that and then listen to it over and over again and tell your friends.
That's right. Hopefully it happens sooner than 6 months.
Yes. Well, the more you listen, the faster we make them. So,
that's correct.
How about that? You see those numbers going up. So for Mr. Chris Ron, Jared Chasson, I'm Kevin Osty saying, Roast.
Recording.
All right.
Do I?
What do you need?
This one. I need to be louder. I can't.
You do not need to be louder.
No, I need. There we go. I need everyone to be louder.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Okay, that's
plenty
good.
of sausage and crackers and all that.
Yeah, you want more?
Or I'll sit. No, I'm working.
It's all very festive. All right.
Ready when you are.
Well, here we go.